I get interviews, but I don't move on to the next stage because I don't have the self-confidence to say, oh, I've done this, I have this experience, I have like give a good example, a very detailed example of UK and EU markets. But the course helped because we had this work assignment that was really detailed, and I could use that as an example during the interview process. And I was invited for a second interview, which was like a face-to-face at their site. And, it was more like buttressing what I've said before and more around the HR questions. And, the next day I was told I was successful and, contract has been sent and, signed and starting January. Most of my experience were in Africa because I just moved to the UK. And, and in the past, I moved last 3 years. And in the last 3 years, I've been, looking for regulatory roles. I didn't get until now. The gap was basically I didn't have the UK experience. And two, I didn't understand the UK way of maybe submitting variations. And also, I've not dealt with like the application form of the UK. But, during the modules, we had the opportunity of, um, working with the variation from Africa. So the course, it gave me insight on, the administrative documentation and things like that. I think basically the course just helped me to understand regulatory within the UK and the EU. I would I would recommend to people in my situation because it will give you like a deep dive understanding of how the regulations within the UK and the EU market, work. And then that will give you that self-confidence to be able to doing during the interview, you can respond with confidence that, oh, I have done this. This is the regulatory strategy I can use in solving this problem and, in combating marketing authorization registration within the UK and the EU market. For me, it was the more of the work assignment. I felt that, the work assignment was really good. That was what I was looking for because I wanted more detail, more hands-on, more practical approach. The CV support I got was really good, and yeah, that really helped. I would recommend to people in my situation because it will give you like a deep dive understanding of how the regulations within the UK and the EU market work. I will say go for it. Make sure you're focused and you're dedicated to listen to go through all the lecture modules and take it seriously because it would help you during your interview process. And also it will help you in terms of knowledge, and it would also help you in terms of creating regulatory strategies and all that. So yeah, I'll say go for it, be focused so that you have better understanding.